June 21st, 2025, AHRMA, New Jersey Motorsports Park. My first race of the weekend. Got Steve Metz rolling wheelies in turn 1. Clint Austin close behind. Tom Watkins always gets good starts. He's right in front of me in P3. So P4, Tim Nelson sticking his nose in there. And yeah, first race of the weekend, not feeling aggressive yet. Hoping I can drop some time from practice. And now I'm just trying to hang. So here we got Mark Heckles, BSB and World Superbike rider, making an appearance, passing everybody like he knows what he's doing. He's on an RC51, so that's pretty impressive. Considering like he's racing against Panigales and stuff. Tom must have missed a gear. That was too easy of a pass. So alright, so now I'm like, first race of the weekend. Trying to loosen up a little bit. Trying to pick up some aggression, but stay loose. And just try to hang. Maybe I can hang with Mark. Maybe I can start hunting down Clint. Figured Steve's probably gone. But hey, these guys aren't getting away, so let's hang with these guys. Especially Mark's pretty cool to race with a BSB World Superbike guy. But I can see here that, man, they get through 12 way better than me. And so, hopefully I can use my superpower and break deep into 1, make up a bunch of ground, and I do. And so, I see Mark got around Clint. So now the new goal is to hunt down Clint, which is not an easy task. Clint and I seem to find each other on the track, or if we're on the track together, we find each other. But Clint and I race each other close. He's a good rider, and yeah. Sometimes I get the best of him, sometimes he gets the best of me. I see here I'm not really pulling up on him anywhere, and he's got a little more motor than me as he pulls away from me here. But I'm like, alright, just try to, try to use the whole track, quit being a big sissy through a bunch of these corners, and try to drop some time from practice. I really wanted to drop a couple seconds from practice to the race, and by the end of the weekend I ended up dropping like 3. But anyway, yeah, try to stay tight with Clint. I saw that they got out of 12 really well, and I do not. And so, see if I can get out of 12 better than usual. Maybe I can stay close. Maybe I could pass him into 1, but he sees me there, plays a little defense, gets back on normal line. I'm sure he recognized me. I pull up on him here. Man, maybe I could have sent it, but it's early. And, no need for that. So the goal is to stay close. And stay close, especially through 10, 11, 12. And if I can do that, I got a decent shot into 1. And then try to stay ahead of him. But also, I'm thinking that this is the class up. This is Sound of Thunder 1 mixed with Next Gen Superbike 3, I think. And which is a couple of our fastest classes, and I am Sound of Thunder 2 bike. Sound of Thunder 1 is like big Ducati Panigales and similar bikes. See Clint here runs a little wide on the exit of 7, so that's what I needed to stay close. But yeah, and so like Next Gen Superbike 3, I believe, is like early 2000s R1s, Gixxer 1000s, stuff like that. So like leader bikes from the early 2000s, basically. So I am on a Kramer GP-890 RR. Looks like I passed Clint to 1, but Clint will pass you back. And so decided to try to put my head down, and it looks like my camera puts its head down. That kind of sucks, but I go into ludicrous speed, so good luck, Clint. But and my camera dropped. That would have sucked because here in a couple laps we had the highlight of the weekend. At some point my camera pops itself back up, which is a good thing. Oh yeah, but I was talking about Next Gen and Sound of Thunder 1. So yeah, this is you know, class up. I'm 135-ish horsepower, like Metz on the 1299 Panigale prepped by Boulder Motorsports. You know, probably 200 plus horsepower. Then Clint on his 848 behind me, which I'm sure he's close, is you know, 150-ish. But here we make an appearance by Robertino Pietri. I think I pronounced that correctly. But he's an ex-Moto 2 rider. Rando Alani's made an appearance there. Got his nose wiped by Robertino. Randall is a local fast guy on a 1199 Panigale. And as you can see from the yellow leathers, Robertino is a current Yamaha Champ School instructor. So yeah, you gotta be pretty decent to be one of those guys. So yeah, so here I'm just watching Robertino paint the track on corner exits. But you know, he's not getting away, so that's pretty cool. And I see we have a lapper coming up, so man, if he catches him at a bad time, that could help me out a lot. And so man, we're catching this guy at a bad time. So Robertino actually ducks under him between 9 and 10. I mean, that would have been ideal. I could not make that without that guy coming down to the apex. So I choose the sketchier marbles route around the outside. But again, I see he's not getting away. But I remember I suck in 12. But you know, he's still there. And so man, he runs like a defensive line, or maybe he's just peeking over his shoulder. I don't know. But I'm decent into 1, so I pull up on him in 1, so that's cool. Now I just try to learn. Probably not gonna be able to pass him, but you know, crazier things have happened. And we have more lappers coming up, I see. Ends up being a whole pack of lappers, which it makes it tough, because those guys are racing their own race. And another peek back by Robertino. But those guys are racing their race too, you know, so it's like, you know, you hope you catch them at a good spot. Robertino decided to not do that. But yeah, so these guys were going to catch them in a bad spot, obviously. Coming up on 7, 8, and 9, and those guys fan out. And so here we go around the outside. And on the outside of 9, so I believe I went pretty deep and trail braking pretty hard right here, which is sketch, off race line. But it's cool to hang tight. I think I pull up beside him here, but I can see my peripheral. Wipes my nose. And he gets around those guys before 12, which was a good move. I think right here is Mark Heckles again, BSB guy, maybe having a mechanical or something, because should not have passed him like that. So yeah, so I drop on him on Robertino and won a little bit. Now I'm like, alright, I need to try to like reel this guy back in a little bit. Or maybe he'll catch a lapper or something. But pretty cool that I can keep that guy in sight for a little while. So obviously I keep him in sight for a little while. I believe this is the last lap. Guess I'm thinking like probably not gonna be able to make a pass. But you know, first race of the day, first race of the weekend. I think I dropped a couple seconds from my best practice lap. That was cool. And yeah, I post some races. I have some other races I think I got pretty good footage of. Me and Tino dicing it up. Yeah, I have some footage of me and Mark Heckles dicing it up a little bit. So yeah, so tune in for that. And then hopefully I get better at this voiceover stuff. And I get the old Moto 2 thumbs up from Tino. And yeah, tune in for the next one.